picked up a flower. They're in the back over there. That's what they're here for. And before we head into Yizkor proper, I want to acknowledge that there are some in the room who thankfully have had the lives preserved of our closest relatives, those for whom we would say Yizkor. So on behalf of all of us, all of those people, I'd like to share a prayer from a South African Machzor. Almighty God, while those who have lost their parents and their dear ones call to mind those who have gone to their eternal rest, I at this solemn moment raise my eyes unto you, the giver of life, and from a grateful heart, thank you for your mercies in having preserved the life of my parents. May it be your will, Adonai, my God, and the God of my ancestors, to bless them with health and strength, so that they may be with all of us for many years to come. Bless them as they have blessed me. Guard them as they have guarded me. Shield their home from all sorrow. May peace and harmony and your spirit ever reign within its walls. Amen.
Hold each other by this tree of life. I'm angry and tired of this great divide, but I sing nonetheless with love on our side. Time and again we have been let down, but we sing nonetheless, still whole and still proud. Oh, sweet Spirit, hear my prayer. Help these words heal someone out there. Shall the sand and the sea, the rush of waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart.
We began our Yom Kippur by inviting mourners who had lost someone in this past year to light a candle, a Yizkor candle. And we all know that Yom Kippur is also called a day in which we practice our death, right? Because we wear white, just like we will when we're in our coffin. We don't have sex, we don't eat, we don't drink. We looked at an empty aron, an empty ark, which is also called a coffin, the aron. So today we are, in a sense, rehearsing our death. Yehuda Amichai wrote that every person is a dam between past and future. And when he dies, the dam bursts. The past breaks into the future. And there's no before or after. All time becomes one. Like our God, our time is one. Blessed be the memory of the dam. This afternoon, on the day in which we're rehearsing our deaths, we've invited 4 temple members to break open their dams, to merge the past and the future, and to share reflections on those who have passed. Mark Carlin, Dory Lamar, Donna Feinstein, and David Schneiderman.
My father, Philip, passed away 5 years ago next week. For the last 25 years of his life, we operated a law firm together. And while I continue to operate the law firm, I miss his presence and wise counsel far too often. But I feel fortunate to have spent so much time with my father as an adult, as law partners, as well as father and son. We spoke almost every day for decades, sharing both the complex and the mundane. His absence is palpable. Now my father enters my thoughts and dreams, and I'm physically surrounded by his memory daily. Every morning, I see him when I look in the mirror. He is the first Carlin in Carlin and Carlin, the name of my firm, which is posted on the reception area of my office. His name continues to appear on notices my firm receives from the government for applications he filed long ago. And it's not uncommon for me to open up a file he worked on and see his handwritten notes. The most touching is when longtime clients tell me how special my dad was, how they will never forget how he assisted them, how he changed their lives, and how much they miss him. He was passionate about his work as an immigration attorney and very much respected by attorneys and judges. Today, when I'm confronted with a challenging issue, I think of the times I would race into my dad's office to seek his counsel on a vexing problem. After he quietly listened to me while I presented a lengthy pros and cons of several options, he would kind of stop and look at me and say, "You know what you have to do, don't you? You don't need me to tell you." And he was right. So today I hear my Father's reassuring voice whenever I make a significant decision. His memory is a blessing. Thank you.
Around 8 years ago, I made a decision never to see my mom alive again. The feeling was like a burst of light, energizing, empowering, sad and connected, detached and content. I couldn't have made this choice without her. For me, my mom's greatest strength had always come from her music. Unwavering precision, emotion, complexity. She played with the Philadelphia Orchestra when she was around 12. When I was around 12, I turned pages for her at Alice Tully Hall at Lincoln Center. And in her heart were her students. After she died, I was able to read letters from former students expressing gratitude and love, how she impacted their lives. I sometimes felt she spent more time with them than me. I wasn't that resentful. It was more a feeling of awe and acceptance, attached and separate. Confident enough in being a part of her world, while often not the center of it. Good enough mother, good enough child. On that day 8 years ago, I was pulling into my daughter's school as a camping trip chaperone. Nadia was nervous about the biking part of the trip. Would she have been okay enough if I didn't go? Yes, and. When I got the call in the parking lot, if I wanted to see my mother, I needed to get on a plane now. It just took a moment. My mom, in all her talent, was about kids. I knew she wanted me to be with mine. I wanted to be with mine. As a daughter, be with my daughter, help her ride a bike, and as a mother, be with my mom exactly where I was. That feeling of clarity now lives in my body. I can't access it all the time, but with my mom's strength, I trust that it will be there when truly needed, keeping her memory and music alive in the process.
My husband, Rand, died 15 years ago in July. He was 48 years old. It's easy to describe the person he was: tall, handsome, kind, gentle, smart, silly. Rand was a registered nurse and physician assistant. He provided excellent care to patients and to friends and to family. Rand was a devoted son, husband, brother, father, and friend. I see Rand in both my kids, and it makes me smile. Sometimes it makes me mad. Our courtship started with phone calls and paper letters because we met, and right after we met, Rand moved to San Francisco for work. It was 1989, the giant earthquake, and this was before texting and before email. We married in 1991 when I was working as a travel agent. So today, I'm going to share a letter I wrote to Rand while I was away for the weekend in Hawaii with a friend. It was written 2 years after we were married. My dear Rand, I walked through the forest this afternoon at the lodge at Kowili, thinking, when did I last send you a love letter? Let's just say it was long past due. I love you with all my heart, with my whole body and being. Everywhere I look, I see you, and you look so handsome, so dashing. I hear your laugh, feel your smile, long for your touch. Missing you is so sad and delicious. I can't wait to return home to you, to the best vacation of all, the vacation called life. If I ever dare even for a moment to take you for granted, all I need is one sweet kiss to remind me of how lucky I am, how lucky we are to share our lives together. I promise you my love and devotion forever. Love, Donna. May Rand's memory always be for a blessing.
My parents were Holocaust survivors. They both lost their parents and almost every sibling to Hitler's reign of terror, which started in Germany and spread throughout Europe. There were many lessons I took from their struggles, both in the camps and in starting their lives in America. What I remember most vividly is when my sister, in order to establish her career in the opera field as a mezzo, moved to Heidelberg. Germany has always had the most opera houses in the world, and 40 years ago, a young singer getting hired in a German company, well, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. But in our family, it was a fraught decision. Singing for the Germans, living among the Germans, entertaining them. When asked by family and friends, how could you allow your daughter to move there? My parents responded, because we love our daughter more than we hate the Germans. That's always struck me. It stuck in my head that my parents were able to look beyond their tragedy and their anger and their loss, that they knew that it was what my sister wanted and needed to do for her career, for her talent and passion. At the time, I was gay, but afraid that if I came out to my parents, I would break them, that I would do to them what Hitler didn't finish. But that situation with my sister gave me the confidence to come out to them. I understood that their love for their children superseded everything else, that no matter how hard it would be for me to come out to them, and for them, no matter their pain, love comes first. A few years ago, when my oldest child had the courage to tell us he was transgender, I only had to look to my parents, look to their support of my sister's decision, look to their acceptance of my own coming out, look to their overwhelming love that they had for their children, to know that I had everything I needed to take this journey with our son. We live by how we learn, and we learn by example. The example my parents set for me isn't just a memory, it's a living part of how I move through the world. And I can only hope this model of love continues to live on through our children. Thank you, Gemar. Katila Tova.
From the 4 courageous people who just spoke, that's just an illustration of how all of us are sitting here with so many complicated feelings, so many different types of relationships. We're mourning our children. God forbid, some of us are. Our siblings, our parents, our aunts and uncles, our close friends. And we have different and complicated relationships with all of them. The book of Proverbs teaches that words of pleasantness, meaning words of Torah, are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the body. So we're going to invite you in a moment to imagine Torah being as sweet as honey and as healing as medicine to the body. Imagine Torah as a source of strength during times of sadness and loneliness, isolation, distress, fear, confusion. Imagine Torah melting into our souls like honey melts into hot water when you make some tea. Imagine Torah comforting our bodies like the hand on our shoulder of someone we once loved. In a moment, we're going to invite you to approach 5 different Torah scrolls. There's one in the middle, 2 on each side, and then the ones on the bima. And as you walk up to the scrolls, notice the parchment and maybe recall the person's skin or hands. Notice the letters and think about the person's words and perhaps even try to remember their voice. Notice the black ink on the white background and think of the multi-dimensions of your loved one. Please be respectful of each other's space and time. And I'd like to invite now Rook Campbell, Alan Fox, Davia Rivka, Scott Mosenson, and Gershom Sprout to undress the Torahs with those who are around them. And then people are welcome to either stay in their seats and follow along with the liturgy that Shelley Fox and I will be leading, or to get up and to approach one of the Torah scrolls. We're going to begin with Psalm 27, Achal Sha'alti, which I don't believe is in your machzor. You're welcome to rise and go to a Torah.
Achat sha'alti me'ed Adonai. Achat sha'alti ota avakesh. Achat sha'alti me'ed Adonai. Achat sha'alti ota avakesh. Shivti evet Adonai. Shivti koyim mechayai. Shivti me'et Adonai. Shivti ota לחזות בנועם אדוני, to gaze upon the beauty of One thing, I ask you, Adonai, to be with you all of my life. One thing, I ask you, Adonai, to be with you all of my life.
Page 250. Adonai, what are we humans that you should know about us? We children of the flesh, that you should take account of us. A human being is like a momentary breeze, a person's days as quickly passing as a shadow. We come and go like grass, which in the morning shoots up renewed, and in the evening fades and withers. You turn us to contrition, saying, do tshuva, children of the flesh. Would that we were wise and understood what awaits us in the end. For when we die, we carry nothing away. Our glory will not descend along with us. Observe, the innocent person takes notice of the upright. For the end of such a person is peace. Adonai can be trusted to redeem the souls of the righteous, and no one who trusts in God shall be confounded. page 251. I raise my eyes to the mountains. What is the source of my help? My help will come from the eternal maker of heaven and earth. God will not allow your foot to slip. Your guardian will not slumber. Behold, the guardian of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The Eternal is your keeper. God is your shade at your right hand. The sun shall not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. God will guard you from all harm. God will protect your being. The Eternal will guard you coming and going from this time forth and forever. I have set the Eternal always before me. God is at my side. I shall not be moved. Therefore does my heart exult and my soul rejoice. My being is secure. For you will not abandon me to death, nor let your faithful ones see destruction. You show me the path of life. Your presence brings fullness of joy. Enduring happiness is your gift.
Page 252. Adonai is my shepherd, I shall not want. God makes me lie down in green pastures, leads me beside still waters, and restores my soul. You lead me in right paths for the sake of your name. Even when I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You have set a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of God forever.
Adonai roi lo echsar binotesh yarbitzeini al mi menuchot nafshi yeshover yanchini b'madei tzedek yanchini b'madei tzedek leman shemo. Kom kirech v'kitzur mavet lo yora yatay badi shivtecha Torah lefanai le'anai shulchan neged soderai tishon sham b'shemen roshi kosi
Page 252. O God, we see that one generation comes into the world and is blessed with days of peace and safety, and another goes through the valley of the shadow, enduring the cruelties of persecution and war. Heartbreaking have been the times that have fallen to us. We have lived through years of tyranny and destruction. We are schooled in sorrow and acquainted with grief. We have seen the just defeated, the innocent driven from their homes, and the righteous suffer a martyrdom as merciless as any ages have witnessed. Together, at this memorial hour, we recall with grief all your children who have perished through the cruelty of the oppressor, victims of demonic hate, the aged and the young, the learned and the unlearned, all driven in multitudes along the road of pain and pitiless death. Their very presence on earth was begrudged them, for they brought your covenant of mercy and justice to the recollection of your enemies. They perished because they were a symbol of your Torah. Their death has brought darkness to the human soul. They lie in nameless graves, in far-off forests and lonely fields, and the substance of many was scattered by the winds to the earth's four corners. Yet we will not forget them. We take them into our hearts and give them a place beside the cherished memories of our own loved ones. They are now ours. Together, we pray to you, O source of mercy, that your Torah, to which these, your children, bore witness in life and in death, may come to glow with a renewed light in the human soul, that remembering them, we may sanctify your name in all the world. Thus will their memory become an enduring blessing to all your children. I'd like to invite Anatole, Susan, and Bonnie to please come light the 6 candles.
אשרי הגפרור שנשרף והצית להבות. אשרי הלהבה שבערה בסתרי
Some say that time is a predator that stalks us all our lives. I'd rather believe that time is a companion who goes with us on the journey, reminds us to cherish every moment because it will never come again. This year, members of this community have lost loved ones, moments that can never come again. And yet we light candles, we gather to support them, to support all those who are remembering, to hold on to that memory, to fill our minds and our hearts with love and with support. This year, this community lost Hanoch Hank Barcone, Glenn Benton, Matthew Bernstein, Doris Blatt, Selena Bojarski, Mary Brill, Micah Beisel, Rita Chotner, Al Sislowski, Murray Cohen, Donna Collin, Mary Ann Consolo Reisler, Bruce Corwin, Rachel Davies, Nancy DePaulo Richards, Dr. Arnold Derwin, Salvador Estrada Jr., Norman E. Evedon, Milton B. Frodenheim II, Beverly Given, Hannah Glicksman, Stephen Goldinger, Henry Golub, Arthur Greer, John Harris, Seth Marcus Johnson, Jessica Klein, Charlotte Ray Klein, Shayna Kupperman, Jerry Liebman, Minette Levin, Jose Lieberman, Julian Mandel, Leah Didi Marciano, Philip F. Margot, Stephanie Denise Gregory Mitchell, Claude Marotti, Paul Nadich, Elaine Nashel, Scott Nebenzal, Bob Neuwirth, Rose Nitkin, Marilyn Piken, Charles Richard Pogue, Renee Powers, Jerome Raskus, Jack Robbins, Alan Rudnick, Renee Rousselot, Anthony Michael Salvato, Marilyn Sheldon, Virginia Spurgel, Oleg Stepanov, Miriam Stern, John Henry Stodel, Seymour Tankle, Fred Trebo, Erwin Wagner, Lenore Wax, Tybell Weil Super. In just a moment, we're going to offer our traditional memorial prayers of El Malay Rachamim and Kaddish Yatom, after which we will join together in experiencing photographs of our community's loved ones. Before we do that, we'll take a moment of quiet, personal reflection as we consider that the book of life has many pages and death is not the last. We'll invite all those who are able to rise as we turn to page 255. And we join in the English at the bottom. We offer these words together. O God, full of compassion for those you bring into this world, grant complete repose under the wings of your presence to our loved ones who have entered eternity. Master of motherly love, sheltered by your divine wings, may they join the company of the holy and pure who shine as bright as heaven. May their souls be bound up in the bond of eternal life. The eternal God is their inheritance. May they rest in peace. Amen. We'll remain standing, and we'll invite all those who have lost a loved one this year to come forward, to stand facing the community so that we may see those who are remembering, so that we may honor you, so that we may support you in your time of grief, in your time of mourning. And we all turn to page 256 as we join together for Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal, v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach hirate ve'amlich malchute. V'chayachon uvyomechon, v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. V'agala uvizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehe shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei kudusha brechu. Le'ela ule'ela mikol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Da'amiram be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Huya aseh shalom. Alenu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yeshvei tevel v'imru Amen.
In the rising of the sun, we remember. In the blowing of the wind, we remember. In the opening of buds, we remember. We remember. In the blueness of the sky, we remember. Rustling of the leaves, we remember. As the years start we remember. We remember. We remember. Shalom. In Roma. Oh, say shalom. In Roma. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. Roma, oh, say shalom. Roma, uyaste, uyaste, uyaste shalom. Uyaste, uyaste, uyaste shalom. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
We've spent 24 hours breaking ourselves down. It's time to put back the pieces. One more change to make, one more Amidah, one more confessional. Do you know what you're supposed to do as soon as you get home at the end of Yom Kippur? Start building your sukkah. Thank you. To put this emotional roller coaster we've been on into action and to step us as quickly as possible into Zman Simchatenu, the season of our joy. Neilah is on page 260. This is God's house, and this is heaven's gateway. Open for me the gates of righteousness, then I shall enter, praising you. Hear me, let's read together. Hear me, my God, when I cry out. Be tender and answer me. You have called me to seek you. I yearn for you within my heart, to breathe life into my soul, to renew me with joy and hope. Do not be distant, compassionate one, nor hide from me. Let us enter your gates with expectation and joy. Let us come into your courts in song. Let us enter into your presence, be engulfed in your light and warmed in your glow. Let our hearts open wide, even as your gates open for us to enter. We are in your house, O God. We stand before your gates. Let us go through. Let us go through the doors. Chatzi Kaddish. Chatzi Kaddish. Amidah, beginning on page 262. This final Amidah of the day, in Zochrenu, the word is Chotmenu b'Sefer Chaim, seal us in the book of life.
Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot ve'imahot, U'mevii geula lifnei v'nehem, Lema'an shemo be'ahava. Yeah.
Strong was the faith of generations before us. In exile, they proclaimed enduring hope. In the shadow of persecution, they affirmed a transcendent love and compassion. Ours is a different age, less confident and certain, more tentative in its trust. We call out Avinu, our Father, the one who forgives our wrongs and failings. We call out Malkeinu, our King, the one who controls all with wisdom. These metaphors of parent and ruler can feel distant and authoritative, but they also force us to confront the reality of our lives. But beyond these 10 days of awe, do we still feel that sense of urgency? Many of us want to change, not out of fear, but because we are supported by love. On this night of Teshuvah, let us find the humility to come close to you, open ourselves to your presence. For you are absent only when we fail to make room for you in our hearts, distant only when we turn away from you. Now, as others have done before us, let us overcome doubt and speak these words of affirmation. We call you Shekhinah, loving parent who accepts us in our human frailty. We call you Makor Chayenu, source of our lives, who lifts us up from our brokenness to build a world of peace. We're on page 197. Shekhinah Makor Chayenu, Shim'i Kolenu, Chusi V'Rachami Aleinu. Shekhinah, source of our lives, hear our plea, spare us, have compassion upon us. Shekhinah Makor Chayenu, Zichri Ki Banaich Uvnotaich Anachnu. Motherly presence, source of our lives, keep us in your care, for we are your sons and your daughters. Shekhinah Makor Chayenu, Hanchi Otanu Lahakir B'Migbalotenu. Holy presence, source of our lives, teach us to know our limits. Shekhinah Makor Chayenu, Hadrichi Otanu B'Darchei Noam. Gentle presence, source of our lives, guide us in pleasant ways. Shekhinah Makor Chayenu, Lamdi Otanu Rachamim Utzedakah. Guiding presence, source of our lives, teach us mercy and justice. Shekhinah Makor Chayenu, Asi Lama'an Han-Evakim L'Shalom Ul-Tzedek. Nurturing presence, source of our lives, support those who struggle for peace, justice. Shekhinah Makor Chayenu, Hivchi Evlenu L'Sason Vigonenu L'Simcha. Compassionate presence, source of our lives, turn our lamentation to exaltation and our sorrow to joy. Shekhinah Makor Chayenu, Barchi Ad Batenu V'Kol Ma'aseh Yadenu. Caring presence, source of our lives, bless our land and all the work of our hands. Shekhinah Makor Chayenu, Kabtsi B'Naich Me'arba Kanfot Ha'aretz Ligvulam. Loving presence, source of our lives, assemble your people from the four corners of the world in their land. Shekhinah Makor Chayenu, Hashlimi Binyan Yerushalayim Ir Kodshenu Ulachol Ha'olam. Shekhinah, source of our lives, build peace in Jerusalem, our holy city, and for the whole world. Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu Va'anenu, Ki Ein Banu Ma'asim, Aseh Imanu, Tzedakah V'Chesed, V'Hoshienu. Be gracious with us, respond to us, for we have too few good deeds. Place in our hearts the inspiration and will to act righteously, gently, and lovingly, and bring us meaning and salvation.
Avinu Malkeinu, Chaneinu V'Aneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chaneinu V'Aneinu, Ki Ein Banu Ma'asim. Aseh Imanu,
Okay, I know, we all know that Rabbi Mari wants to write a book called Life is Bleeping Hard, right? But guess what? MIT professor Kirian Satia just wrote a book called Life is Hard. And in it, he talks about how he used to not like the emotion hope because he thought that hope was just passive. You just sit there and you hope for something. But now he realizes that hope is actually very useful because when you think about what you hope for, then you know what you need to act toward. That's where we are right now, folks. We've been hoping for the past 24 hours, and now we know how we need to act. So when we sing Shema Kolenu now, we're on page 272, Shema Kolenu, we're saying, God, listen to our voice, but we also have to listen to our own voice and know how we want to change our lives and how to act differently.
Shema Kolenu, Adonai Eloheinu, U'serachem aleinu, ekaber merachamim uvratzon, et tefilateinu. Hashiveinu Adonai elecha benashuva. Kaddish Yameinu Kedem.
El Nora Alila, power in the universe that is beyond what we see, hear, experience, understand. Open our hearts to one another. Open our empathy to our children. Open our love toward those who frustrate us. Open our compassion to ourselves. Open our souls to you. El Nora Alila, inspire us to be Nora, to be an awesome and expansive human being. Help us to know you. Help us to touch you.
El Nora Alila, El Nora Alila, Hamzelanu Mechila, Bishe'at Neilah, Mitei Mispar children rise. Elders with wisdom rise. Ancestors surround us, rise. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here, and we rise up from the wreckage. Rise with tears and with courage. Rise fighting for life. We rise in hope, in prayer. We find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here, and we rise humbly hearted. Rise, won't be divided. Rise, with spirit to guide us. Rise. One more chain to break, one more day to wait, one more step to take. I've got one more change to make, one more chain to break, one more day to wait, one more step to take. I've got one more, one more. I've got one more, one more, change to make. I've got one more, change to make. I've got one more change, one more change, one more change, one more change, one more change.
Page 274.
אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Adonai Hu HaElohim. 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 Tekiah Gedolah.
All the kids, please come up to the bima. We have a gift for you. We have a gift of spices for you. Come on, kids, come on up. You get to smell the first sweetness.
La בין קודש לחול, חטאותינו הוא ימחול, זרענו וכספנו ירבה כחול, איך הכוכבים הלילה, שנה טובה, 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 שנה טובה. אליהו הנביא, אליהו התשבי, אליהו, אליהו, אליהו הקהילתי, במהרה בימינו יבוא אלינו, עם משיח בן דוד, עם משיח בן דוד, אליהו הנביא, אליהו התשבי, אליהו, אליהו, אליהו הקהילתי. שנה טובה.
So good.
All right. Would have liked the turkey better.